in the
Yeah.
moments?
In many ways, for 40 minutes of this game, it was frustrating. And just things weren't going our way. It felt like, when it's not going your way and you're not in a flow, sometimes you feel like the officiating's not going your way. It just shows you if you have the right, grit and perseverance, you can win. Find different ways to win, even if it's ugly. And then it always helps to have a guy like Jimmy Butler. We said a lot about him in the last 2 or 3 months, and we still have work to do. So I don't want to say too much. I'm still a head coach, so there's not time to exhale at all. But there's a brilliance about how he competes at the game of basketball, and I think that probably sums it up, the best.
What impressed you most about what he did in the fourth quarter, defending Drew?
He's just all over the place. He really is a case study, for young players coming into this league, of how you can impact winning. So yes, now everybody will pay attention because he scored 57. I think he was beating himself up about, but it was a 3 that they, but there's the two sides of the ball and an incredible conditioning. These guys that's a very good basketball team over there, as we all know. And in this game, Jimmy literally guarded every single person on the roster at some point. So yes, you can count to the 56 points, or you can count to the two-way basketball, where he's defending literally every single situation, and that's what the greatest winners in this league do.
You mentioned how frustrating it was for the first 40 minutes or so. You guys are down 10 with 6 to go, and you won that run. Do you have any way of explaining just what switched in that moment?
Yeah, it's the makeup of this group. We have great competitors in that locker room, and you just keep on plugging away. Probably more games than not this season, we've had to win frustrated, or things not necessarily going in an incredible flow. We're not one of those teams that were scoring 150 points and everything was aesthetically beautiful. There was a beauty in the grind, and so we've had some of those habits, but the series is still going, and we have great respect for the championship DNA that group has, and we know that they're going to gear up and be ready on it's playoffs. I don't even know what day it is.
Jimmy seemed like he was kind of directing the offense and managing matchups, finding the pick and rolls he liked throughout the game. What can you say about the intelligence level it took from him, not just to make all the shots, but to get all the spots he wanted to get?
He's highly intelligent. He's one of the most intelligent basketball players in this association. You can't do what he does on both ends of the court just by running around and trying to figure things out. He understands, what we're trying to do, and he understands what they're trying to do. And they're a very good team. So it's not as if you can just find a bunch of mistakes that they're going to make. They're well schooled, well coached, well drilled, and have a bunch of experienced players. So you have to access a lot of different parts of the menu, and he's really developed his game over the years, particularly the last 3 years, to be able to go to different things when we need it.
Even beyond how great Jimmy was that fourth quarter, you saw Kyle and Bam forcing steals.
Yeah.
You saw Caleb. What else stood out to you in that fourth quarter?
For sure. I'm glad you mentioned those guys because they had their fingerprints all over that fourth quarter. Kyle's toughness and disruptiveness, I literally have no idea what his stat line was, but I know in that fourth quarter he had his imprint on so many possessions. Defensively he was just tough, physical, active hands, speeding guys up, and then really helped us get organized on the other end. I think one of the most underrated aspects of his game is he's a terrific screener. And then Caleb, you can't say enough about him. This season he's been willing to sacrifice and do whatever's what we felt is best for the team. I don't even know if he felt that it's best for the team. But you need guys that are willing to sacrifice and willing to dominate it and be a star in a role. He's one of those guys, but he's also just a supreme competitor.
You spoke how much of that is a plan B. When Giannis comes back, things will change. You have that game plan. To see what he did after missing 2.5 games with a back injury and the way he came back, was it very much the imprint you thought he would make no matter how he came back?
Well, look, the average fan has no idea how difficult that is, to be out that many days, and it's not like they practiced. I'm sure he got, some workouts just to test his body, but, his physicality and his ability to get to the rim is otherworldly. That's keeping us up all night, and we have great competitors, and we have fearless guys and physical guys, but he still has a way of breaking your defense down, and that's why he is who he is.
Spo, as a member of this franchise, you've had a chance to see some all-time great games, some all-time big moments. Just as where does this one stand?
I'm not ready to rank anything yet. We still have some work to do. I don't think Jimmy would want me up here, ranking this performance or anything. He views everything the way a head coach does. Well, he's not relaxing. Putting ice on his body and everything, but he understands, what we still have to do, and he understands who we're facing. We still have to find a way to get the job done. But look, I'm sure you guys will be able to fill in the gaps of, what this performance has been, historically for the Miami Heat.
So I know Haywood's stat line doesn't jump off.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the minutes, specifically in the first half, even just in the zone, defensively rebounding, just how big was he, I guess, to kind of push things forward?
Yeah, really important. I mentioned that to him right after the game. Actually, it wasn't just me. A bunch of the guys did. I just feel, like we've had a lot of different moving parts, and then all of a sudden Tyler goes down, and then Vic goes down, but H just works at it every single day. He's gotten so much better. It even surprises me how much he's gotten better over the last 2 years. And that's really a credit to his just relentless work ethic. But those minutes are important. You have to have big bodies, to be able to either play our zone or have some important minutes against Giannis, so he's not just totally attacking and breaking down your defense.
I know you talked about some of the great performances, but and I know it's not a finals game, but did it remind you of the infamous "I'm not going out" this fourth quarter?
Yeah, there's some version of expletives and that, and one of the timeouts. But I don't know. Jimmy has a way of doing that too. That's just very calm and measured, and also angry and vicious at the same time. He can balance all those things.